Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to a Scorpio's Journey. My name is Kenya, and welcome. So glad that you're here. I am a Scorpio. I'm a Scorpio sun. I'm a Scorpio moon. I am a Pisces rising. But I am a lover of tarot. I use it as a journaling tool every day. And I've been using it for many years to support my own emotional and spiritual well-being. And I've recently had a calling to share my insights with the world. So here I am on YouTube. Now, I have to say, though, that I'm not in the medical profession. I'm not in the financial profession. I'm not in the legal profession. I'm not a licensed counselor. I don't do professional tarot readings. I'm just here answering this challenge that the universe put out there for me to share my intuitive guidance of tarot with other people. So I hope you join this community. If the messages resonate you, will you please consider subscribing to the channel as well as liking and sharing the video with other Scorpios. This channel is just for Scorpios because I really want to go deep into the transformational journeys that we Scorpios like to have. You'll see that I've got weekly readings on the channel, but I'm also doing monthly readings that cover all aspects of the astrological chart. So for each and every month, there's a separate reading for all of the astrological houses. So from the first house all the way through to the 12th house. And so for today, I want to focus on the 6th house of health, wellness, and work. For the month of February. So as we pull the oracle and tarot cards, we're going to interpret them in that context. Are you guys familiar with the 6th house? It's all about that. It's all about just like the daily grind, what you do every day. It's about your 9-to-5 job. It's about any other sort of daily routines that you have. It's about your health. It's about paying attention to the details. This is Virgo energy, and it's ruled by the planet Mercury. And it just really speaks to, just duty and responsibility and accountability. And of course, employment, gainful employment. So we'll see what messages that spirit has for us around the 6th house of health, wellness, and work for the month of January. This is the Wild Unknown Spirit Animal Oracle to start us off. Ooh, so we've got hummingbird. And then we've got unicorn. Wow, that's a deep energy. So just putting the cards back there. But in the in this oracle deck, there are animals that fit within the different 4 elements, right? So air, fire, water, and earth. And then they have these spirit animals, and this unicorn is one of the spirit animals. So we're starting off with some deep energy here. This speaks to your third eye. Spirit. So kind of know the unicorn's got that what is it, the horn or whatever it is hanging out of the middle of its forehead, and it speaks to wisdom and the third eye. This also, to me, it's about intellect. It's about intuition. It's about that deep inner wisdom that you get from spirit, because that inner wisdom that we have, that's actually how spirit talks to us. Spirit sends us messages that way. But this is also too just about your contemplation about, what's out there or it's I want to say it's bordering religion, but it's not. It's about it's about divinity. So I mean, if you kind of think of a unicorn is a magical being. You may believe that there are unicorns out there, or you may not believe that there are unicorns out there, and that's what this energy is. You're thinking about what's out there beyond your day-to-day life, or beyond your day-to-day routine. It's about a quest for answers, and that's really what religion is all about. So it's interesting. I feel like, right now, as we think about this in the context of the sixth house, I don't know. I feel like you're wanting your everyday to have some deeper purpose. Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm thinking about when I look at that. You're like, oh, God, here I go again, and like, what's the point of this? So maybe you're looking for some deeper purpose in your day-to-day 9 to 5 job, or maybe there's a daily routine that you've been doing for the past few years, Scorpio, and you're not necessarily seeing seeing the purpose of it anymore. In which case you don't need to do it. If it no longer serves you, right? Why keep on doing it? But we've got the hummingbird. This is also, to me, has a little sort of divinity aspect to it. The thing about the hummingbird is the hummingbird has figured it out. So the hummingbird has sort of like figured out where the nectar is, like, right? And if you kind of think about nectar is about what we take to rejuvenate us, or to heal us, right? Or to re-nourish us. And the thing about the hummingbird is it's figured it out. It knows where to go. And so because it knows where to go to get rejuvenated and renourished, it has, endless energy, endless positivity. I wanted to say possibility because I think that's true too. But all of that is available to it, because then when it gets tired or when it feels like it needs to be replenished, it goes back to that nectar source. So, it's so interesting. Like, I feel like, without even pulling any of the other cards, we'll see what other messages we get, Spirit. But I feel like you're questioning what you're doing every day. You might be tired. You might be not seeing the point in some aspect of your life. Or there just might need to be the opportunity for you, Scorpio, just to take some time out and to rejuvenate, to spend some me time. This is about health too, the sixth house, and it, not just physical health, but mental health. There could be some time, this could be a time for you to, take some time out to sort of rejuvenate, Scorpio, to get back to you, to replenish. The other thing I get here too is these, the hummingbird too is just, when I think about the hummingbird, I feel like they're like really smart animals. Like, so yeah. And curious, and you've got the unicorn, which is all about deep wisdom. There could be some opportunity for you to learn something, Scorpio. I don't know if it's to do with your 9 to 5 or, a spiritual regimen or a health regimen, but I'm getting something about learning too. Maybe taking a class, or, having a spiritual mentor, something like that. A life coach, maybe you're a life coach, and that's what you do. So we've got truth and flexibility. Okay, and so this is the Sacred Destiny Oracle deck, and I guess we can start with flexibility. This is a pretty simple message, right? This is the need to, go with the flow. And, sometimes, as you're going with the flow, you need to change it up a little bit depending on, what's going on in the flow, right? So this, really does speak to the need to be flexible, being open to change. So again, I feel like if there's a daily routine or something that you're questioning the purpose of, Scorpio, you don't have to be doing it for, doing its sake, just because you've been doing it for the past 10 years or 5 years or whatever. There's an opportunity to change it up if it's not working for you, if the routine's not working for you. And then I'm also getting, this idea around, if there's an obstacle or if there's a challenge that you have, like there's more than one way to combat it. You know that saying, there's more than one way to skin a cat? You might not know that saying. I feel like that's an old lady saying. So I may be dating myself. Well, but that's what I'm getting here too. Like somebody needs to be flexible with how they are approaching a challenge or a difficult situation. Make sense? Yeah. And now we've got this truth card. And again, oh my goodness. Whew. I love cartomancy. I mean, it just, you can't make this stuff up. When I'm looking at this card, like I'm feeling like there's, truth to me is all about authenticity and honesty and, objectivity and being you. And I feel like this card, especially with the other cards and what we've been talking about here in terms of the 6th house, I feel like this is an opportunity, again, for you to kind of let go of anything in your life that's not really authentic to you right now. Again, it may have been at one point, but right now it's not serving you. And I feel like in this context, truth is authenticity. It's about being you, and it's about doing you, boo, and doing what's best for you, boo. And, things change. What was best for you in the past may not be that anymore. And, I'm also getting this idea about just maybe needing to get quiet, needing to find your nectar, needing to just go inside a little bit and revisit your truth, your inner truth, that hummingbird unicorn energy. Needing to be honest with yourself, go and sit with your heart a little bit. That's the health aspect of this. I feel like there's, some mental wellness that needs to happen here a little bit, Scorpio, for you. Some mental and spiritual wellness. So I'm pulling from the money deck, and, the 6th house is all about your career, your 9 to 5. How you make money. So we'll see what we get here, but we'll also think about it metaphorically, considering other aspects of the 6th house, like health and wellness. Okay, what we got? We got entertainer. Put yourself out there and bring out the best in you so you can get noticed. You could be drawn to careers in theater, dancing, music, or any type of entertainment. Is there a talent that you could turn into money? Time to think outside the box, Scorpio. Ooh. So some of you need to hear that message. You need to put yourself out there. Yeah. We'll think about how that fits into this, Scorpio. We also have caution. Use caution when making financial decisions. Careful not to overspend on wants instead of needs. And you've got more going in than out. Just putting the cards back over here. I don't know, like I'm getting this sense, like I'm getting a money message here. Like you might be spending too much on, fun stuff, Scorpio. And you need to scale it back a little bit. This idea, maybe there needs to be some work-life balance. I don't know, maybe you're doing we're leaning a little more, too much more on the fun side, Scorpio, here. And, maybe that's, hitting your pocket a little more than what it should be right now. And then for others, yeah, I am. I'm getting the sense like, yeah, there's some talent that you have that you need to kind of put out there. A hummingbird is a beautiful singer. So maybe you have a beautiful voice. Or there's some other creative thing that you do. Do you write? Do you sing? Do you dance? The hummingbird represents creativity. So, maybe, there's an opportunity for you to do more to put yourself out there. Maybe it's got something to do with your work. Maybe there's an opportunity for a side gig. Around what you do creatively, something that truly expresses your creativity that's available to you right now, Scorpio. I like it. I used to go to dancing school. I don't remember anything that I learned back then, but I got a little bit of rhythm. Not that I could use that talent as a living. But, maybe this is Spirit saying, put yourself out there more. Just like Spirit talks to me at the end of last year and said, oh, Kenya, you gotta do something to contribute to the collective. You've got to put yourself out there. And while I'm not doing this to make money, hey, look at my subscriber count. I'm not making any money here. But I'm doing it because I feel like I need to put myself out there, and I really do feel like I've got a talent here. So maybe this is true for you, Scorpio, with some talent, gift, or skill that you have. And just watch the spending, okay? Caution with the spending. You're burning money. Somebody needs to hear that message. So this is the Zen Tarot, and it's a little bit different than the traditional tarot deck. It's, the messages here are more along the ideas of the Buddha religion. I'm just starting to work with it. So we'll see how it works for us today as we think about the sixth house of health, wellness, and work. And so, wow, this is really interesting. So we've got this is the Knight of, in this deck, rainbows. In, the traditional tarot deck, it would be the Knight of Pentacles. And it says slowing down, and I don't know if you can see the visual here, but it's got a turtle here. And in this context, yeah, I feel like there's this health, wellness message that's coming through for me that you need to take some time out, Scorpio. Just take some time out to slow down, to mentally recharge. I see nature here. I've got the leaves here. Maybe you want to spend some time in nature. And it's anchored, and this is another sort of rainbow card, another pentacle energy here. This is the Ace of Pentacles, and it says maturity. And in this deck, it's weird, but the aces, they come at the end of the suite. So you know how in tarot you have the ace at the beginning of the suite. This ace is at the beginning of this suite, and that it's talking about maturity. I feel like, like you've come into yourself in some kind of way. Like, I feel like this is saying, like, where you sit in the world, Scorpio. I think it speaks to, like, just a deep, deep sense of self-awareness, and inner wisdom. And how you fit into this world. And when you know that, you know how to navigate it. You know when to be flexible, right? You also know how best you might be able to contribute to the world too. So yeah, how interesting is that? Let's pull from the main tarot deck here. I'm using I think this is the Gilded Tarot. This is the Marchetti Tarot deck, I think. We'll see what other messages we get here in terms of sixth house. Like, to me, this, this Ace of Pentacles or the Ace of Rainbows in this deck is like the complete opposite of the Ace of Pentacles in the traditional tarot deck, in that there it's about the beginning and the seeds of something and planting the seeds, and you're needing to sort of nurture and, tend to, whatever it is in order for it to mature, right? And in order for you to reap the rewards. This is the other way around. This is something that you've done that already, and you've reached a level of maturity. But I think this is about, you personally, not necessarily a project. I think this is you reaching, just kind of understanding your way in the world, and how you fit in, and how you can kind of actually contribute to it. Okay. All right, let's see what we get from the main tarot deck here. We've got Five of Swords. Let's see, can we see that here? I think we can. I think we can. I'm gonna put it here. I'm acting silly, oh my goodness. Acting oh so silly, that's not good. The Ten of Cups, well, how beautiful is that? We like that. The Two of Swords. Woof. Are you in your head? I feel like you need some mental rejuvenation here, Scorpio. The Ten of Pentacles. How beautiful. We've got these two beautiful tens here. The Two of Wands. Another two. And the King of Cups. Wow. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hierophant. So again, this is interesting that we sort of have this sort of higher thinking kind of energy with the Hierophant, because to me the Hierophant really speaks to faith. It speaks to your morals, your values, and all of those things that contribute to that. So higher learning, any teachers or mentors, like any organizations you belong to, all of those things that sort of shape what you believe in, including your morals and your values. It's also about sort of a search for an inner meaning, like a search for, like, what do I stand for? This is very much to me like that unicorn energy, where, you may be kind of rethinking, like, what am I doing? Like, I've got this job and or I'm doing this thing and I do it all the time. And like, what am I getting out of it? Like, what is it? What's the meaning of it in my life? I really do feel like you're questioning some daily aspect of your life, and whether or not it is whether or not it's still working for you, Scorpio. Now we've got the Five of Swords here. I feel like this is, and like a inner conflict here. I feel like, I mean, this card is typically about conflict. It can also be about defeat. It could be about, fear of failure. It could be about, you losing something, right? And learning a lesson from it. But, in this instance, I feel like that you're questioning, like, what material things mean to you in your life right now, Scorpio. Maybe it's not all about just, money, wealth. Maybe it's about something more than that, right? Some of you may be in this 9 to 5 daily grinds, all chasing after the paper, or chasing after the money, or chasing after the wealth. And I feel like you're wondering, like, whew, is that really like what I want to get out of life right now? Or, what does, wealth and all of that really actually mean to me? You know what I mean? What does it mean? Wealth, health, wealth, and abundance. And maybe it doesn't necessarily mean money. Scorpio. Maybe it means something else. Maybe it means the ability for you to share a talent with the world. And that's health, wealth, and abundance to you. And I think right now you're conflicted with making money for money's sake, and or maybe doing something that you love and is a little more meaningful to you, Scorpio. You get my point? This is all about ultimate happiness to me, this 10 of Cups. It's about having a rewarding life. It's about feeling blessed and loved, and it's about, your emotional needs being met. It's about positive relationships. I mean, I don't see this as being about relationships. I do think this is about a quest for happiness, Scorpio, and you're figuring out what that means to you and how you potentially can instill more happiness in your day-to-day life, including your day-to-day 9 to 5. And so both the 2 of Swords. So it's funny, you've got 2 10s here, you've got 2 2s here. So 2s do speak to a choice. I see both of these 2s as representing major crossroads in one's life. And here, this 2 of Wands, I feel really like this is you, to me, more than any of the others. It's like you're wanting to step out of your comfort zone. Like there's this burning passion that you have, and life is good, and it's okay, and it's the daily grind, but you want more passion. Like there's something more you want out of life. And so this is you trying to figure that out. And so you're researching what that is. You're maybe potentially making plans for a move. But this is you planning, figuring out what you need to bring more happiness into your day-to-day life. It's self-initiated change. There could be some partnership here, Scorpio. 2s do represent partnership. You've got the 10 of Cups here, which is about partnership. You've got the 10 of Pentacles, which is about home and family. But I think this is an inner work that you are doing right now, Scorpio. So another 2, the 2 of Swords. And then, this 2 also represents, a little conflict that you've got going in your head now. This is where, there's a battle between your heart, happiness, and, potentially your head, maybe making money. Right? Or some daily something routine, or something that you're doing, the daily grind. And, I feel like, this is something that, an opposing idea, and you're trying to figure out, okay, what to do here. And, to me, always the message of that card is to follow your heart. This woman can't see. She doesn't have all of the information. She doesn't have all the facts. So you've got to rely on your gut, and you got to rely on what your feelings and what you feel. And so in that instance, follow your heart, and definitely this king does that. He is definitely emotionally mature. He knows, he's very much in control of his feelings. This is Scorpio energy, this King of Cups. It speaks to emotional intelligence. It speaks to stability and emotional balance. It speaks to, having an empathetic heart, but also having an intelligent mind. It speaks to serenity and calmness and being on a spiritual path. And so, that it sits under here, Scorpio. I get 2 messages. First, you might want to talk to somebody. This could be a counselor. So as you're battling this and thinking about, your purpose in life, especially as it speaks to maybe what you're doing, you know, whether it's a 9 to 5 or whether, you know, whether it's your spiritual purpose, because to me, wellness is about spiritual wellness, especially as well as physical wellness. And I get a lot of spiritual energy on the table now. So maybe you want to speak to somebody about, you know, how you can, you know, be more spiritual in your day-to-day life, Scorpio. But yeah, I feel like that there's a decision that needs to be made. The King of Cups, the kings are decision makers. They're deciders. You've got the twos that speak to decisions that need to be made. So there's some action that needs to be taken. And I think, Scorpio, it's about an action towards greater happiness and purpose in your day-to-day life. You know, I see, you know, just thinking about the cards on the table here, I do feel like the King of Cups energy aligns very nicely with that sort of maturity card that we have. Like, I mean, again, even though it's, you know, two different suits, I do feel like it's about you sort of being more emotionally stable, or, you know, understanding, you know, yourself. And again, how you fit into things. It also aligns to me very nicely with the 10 of Pentacles, especially if you recall, I said that, you know, in this Zen deck, the aces come at the end of the suit. Very much like how the 10 of the Pentacles come at the end of the Pentacle suit in the traditional tarot deck. So this could be, you know, abundance, emotional abundance. I feel like it's, you know, again, health, wealth, prosperity, and abundance. Very, very much like the 10 of Pentacles. I'm using the Kipper deck here, so we'll use that to clarify the tarot cards that we've got on the table here. So we've got distant horizons, number 36. Family room, expectation, and here we've got high honor. So, yeah, so, you know, I feel like this is, again, really aligns with this entertainer card that we got from the money deck. You know, this whole high honor is all about you getting recognition and rewards. And I feel like, again, this is, you know, Spirit saying maybe, you know, there's a need for you to put yourself out there. Or maybe you have already put yourself out there and you're starting to reap some rewards for that. But I feel like this is like, it speaks to like you're on your way up to something, right? You know, like you're moving on up, or you're leveling up in some kind of way. I do feel like this is around work, like you're 9 to 5. Yeah, like you're being rewarded, or you're getting, you know, a raise, or again, like if you're an entrepreneur, or if you are like a gig worker, like, you know, there's more opportunity for you to get some work like that. And that's work is meaningful, right? That's meaningful work. That's something that you love to do. Now we've got number 36 here. You know, that's distant horizon. So, you know, to me, this is speaking to like your dreams. You know, like something to look forward to, like your wishes. Right. And, you know, again, that it's sitting here, again, I feel like you're kind of really trying to rethink what materialism means in your life, Scorpio, like in your day-to-day life. And you might be very well having a different point of view, which this just can speak to opening your mind, right? Like I feel like you're maybe are starting to have a different point of view around that. Again, that it's not just about making money. You know, that it's about doing something that makes you happy too, Scorpio. Now, if you can make money off of that, then heck yeah. Um, absolutely. Now, family room. So this is so interesting that it's sitting atop the Ten of Cups here too. You know, this really kind of speaks to, you know, you know, a place of familiarity or a place of comfort, a place where you feel supported. It speaks to your being able to be honest with someone or to kind of share your secrets or to be intimate with somebody. And the Ten of Cups is, all about, having these like great positive relationships too. So I feel like, especially that we've got the King of Cups, like there's an opportunity for you to talk things out with somebody who's close to you, Scorpio. Again, I feel like it's a spiritual counselor. Or, your significant other, somebody who really, really gets you. It could be an organization like a church, or a group of like-minded people that you want to kind of talk through about your life's purpose or how you can get more, meaning out of, your day-to-day life, Scorpio. Now, we've got number 28 here, so this is expectations. Again, this is, a time of reflection. It's, she's sitting here, she's looking out the window, and she's just reflecting. She's contemplating, she's observing, she's looking at whatever is out there. Again, this speaks to your wishes, your hopes, your dreams. And, again, that it's sitting atop the Two of Swords, like you're battling something. And I'm telling you that Spirit says you need to follow your dreams. You need to go with your heart right now, Scorpio. I was just getting the Keepers of the Light deck. So we're going to end the reading with a couple of pulls from this deck. I love this deck. It's very positive, and I don't take pop-ups. So I'm putting that right back into the deck. But see, this is why I don't, because this is me just being goddamn clumsy right now. And look, now I have to stop and fix the cards because they just don't look right when they're all messed up. Okay, that's Virgo energy, definitely. Absolutely, that's sixth house energy. Organization, right? I don't know. Am I feeling silly today, Scorpio? I think I may be. I mean, I'm silly by nature. So if you've been watching a couple of my videos, you may kind of realize that. I hope you've been watching a couple of my videos. I think they've been really, really good. I do say so myself. Okay. So we've got Master Buddha. It says increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. Like, how many times do I have to say it? And there are all of these other cards on the table, Scorpio, that are speaking to that. This is what we say: go with your gut, trust your inner voice, follow your heart. And then we've got Paul the Venetian, experiencing grace. Share your gifts with grace. There's that entertainer. There's something you need to share with the world. There's a talent you have, Scorpio. Waves of inspiration and love are coming to you. So that speaks to you're just being really, really creative. We've got some creative energy going on right now. So I hope you are able to get some insights from this reading, Scorpio. Please, please, please consider subscribing to this challenge. I'm having a lot of fun. The readings have been really, really good, I think. You should take a little minute and watch a couple of them and see for yourself. Yeah, like this video, please, and share it with another Scorpio that you feel could benefit from this message. Until next time, though,